My wife left me for a married pastor and took my faith with her. My wife left me for a married pastor and took my faith with her. This is something I never thought I'd write. Honestly, if you have told me even a year ago that my wife would destroy our family, my faith, and my sense of reality in one fell swoop, all for a man who preaches about salvation every Sunday, I would have laughed. But here we are. I'm a 37-year-old man. My now ex wife, Leticia, is 35. We were married for 10 years, no kids, though we tried for several years. It wasn't for lack of love, or so I thought. We met in college at a Christian conference in Atlanta. She was the radiant woman who prayed harder than anyone in the room, and I was the goofy, quiet guy who volunteered to stack chairs afterward. Somehow we clicked. She liked that I listened to, and I also listened to her. I loved that she spoke with conviction. We got married 2 years later. We built our lives around church, not just spiritually, but socially, emotionally, everything. We weren't just Sunday goers. We were part of the church ministry, prayer team, community outreach. She led Bible studies for women. I worked with the youth. The pastor, let's call him Pastor James, was like a father figure to both of us. He married us, he counseled us. I mowed his lawn for years without asking for anything in return. He was 48, charismatic, married, with two grown kids, and the face of our church. This man baptized me. Now he's sleeping with my wife. It started with the late night calls. Leticia had always been close to Pastor James and his wife, Cheryl. We confided in them a lot, especially about our struggles with fertility. They've been there for her through a miscarriage, and I always appreciated their support. But then she started saying she was helping out more at the church, which meant staying late for planning meetings. At first, I didn't think much of it. She always been a busybody when it comes to service, but over time it started feeling off. She came home smelling like she had just won the lottery, always full of compliments for how much Pastor James believes in her leadership skills or how much spiritual growth she's feeling lately. She's come home wearing makeup, which she's never did for me anymore, at least as of late. I even joked, dang, am I competing with Jesus now? She laughed, but it felt forced. Then I noticed the text. One night, she left her phone on the bathroom counter. It buzzed nonstop. I wasn't snooping, but I glanced. Pastor James. He'd sent her a photo, not of him, just a quote graphic, but the caption said, thinking of you. You really are a blessing. Thinking of you? I opened the thread. There were hundreds of messages, some Bible related, many were emotional, personal, about how his wife doesn't understand him anymore, about how Leticia sees his soul. He called her his light in the darkness. She called him her safe place. It was spiritual flirtation at first. Then I scrolled back up about a month prior. She sent the message at 11:32 p.m. I know it's wrong, but being with you just feels right. My whole body went numb. I confronted her that night. She didn't deny it. She didn't cry. She didn't even gaslight me. She just stared at me and said, I didn't plan for this, but it's real. I asked her, so you've been sleeping with him? She said, not just with. Loving, he understands me in ways you never could. I felt like I've been kicked in the chest. What killed me wasn't just cheating. It was the spiritual betrayal. She twisted everything we built our marriage on and used it as a bridge to him. Our prayers, our late night talks, our community, all of it was now tainted. She told me she was leaving, not just me, but the entire marriage. She wanted to step into her purpose. I asked if she cared that he was married. She said their marriage was dead long before I came along. I asked if she cared what this would do to the church. She said sometimes God calls us to uncomfortable obedience. I was stunned. I didn't even remember what I did the next few days. I think I slept on a couch, numb until I could gather the strength to pack a bag and stay with my brother. The fallout, huge. I stayed quiet for a few weeks. I didn't want to be the bitter husband spreading drama, but then Cheryl, Pastor James' wife, found out, and I didn't tell her. Someone else did. Probably one of the church secretaries who saw something shady. She called me sobbing. Apparently, this wasn't even the first time Pastor James has done this. She'd forgiven him once years ago, thought it was behind him. This time, she wasn't going to. The church is in shambles now. Pastor James stepped down voluntarily. Cheryl moved in with her sister. Leticia's on a sabbatical, and me, I'm somewhere between angry, hollow, and confused. I loved her. I still do in some twisted way. But I can't look at a Bible without feeling sick. I can't hear a worship song without imagining her holding his hand, praising God right before they commit adultery in his name. She weaponized our faith. She used scripture as an excuse to cheat. The worst part, she still texts me, not to apologize, not to ask forgiveness, but to share Bible verses, to tell me God's doing a new thing in her life, to say, I hope one day you can see this wasn't a betrayal, but a breakthrough, the audacity. Leticia and Pastor James are still together as far as I know, living in some apartment across town. He's working on starting a new ministry, whatever the hell that means. Cheryl filed divorce. I'm working on mine too. So why am I posting this? Because I need to vent. Because sometimes your entire life can implode and people who wreck it will act like they're saving you. Because I don't want to be quiet anymore. I was loyal. I was patient. I prayed with this woman through infertility, depression, financial struggles, and she left me for a man who preached about loyalty every damn Sunday. So, yeah, that's my story. I don't even know what healing looks like from this, but I'm here and breathing, and that's to be enough. So, just to know if you have a gut feeling about something, just know that you're most likely right. And most importantly, do you know where your kids are?